Okay, Sam, so here's the deal. If you have this shoulder pain at the top of your deadlift, you have to stop and look at your position at the top of your deadlift. So if I was going to take this bar here, and I'm at the top of my deadlift, so I've come out of this position where I'm here, I've got this pulling on my shoulder, right? Look at the angle at which I'm holding the bar now. It's actually ahead of my shoulder and I'm behind the bar, okay? So if you're not having pain here, when you're directly over the bar, that gives me a couple cues on what's happening to your shoulder. And what I assume is happening here, okay, is that your shoulder isn't retracting properly. So we have a few things we're going to have to focus on. So one of the first things I'm going to tell you to do is get onto a pull-up bar, okay? You're just going to hang on the pull-up bar. And I just want you to contract just your shoulders. You're pulling your shoulder blades down, okay? Make sure that when you do this, all right, you're not letting your shoulders collapse forward in front of you. You're actually pulling your shoulders back, so your shoulders are here. Like I'm rotating my arm outward. I'm letting my shoulder come back here. So my arms are really opened up, and I'm going to just lift myself using only my shoulder blades. Okay? So if my shoulder blades are pulling down, it's just the shoulders here pulling. I'm not breaking at the elbow. My arms are completely straight. So that'll be your first rehab exercise. The second one I want you to do is get a band, handles, anything like that, and just get some tension on them. What you're going to do is you're going to rotate backwards. Okay? If you've ever seen a shoulder horn, it fits around your neck and locks your arms so you can do this rotational movement. Okay? Now, obviously you can walk back further to put more or less tension on this, but basically all you're doing is rotating the shoulder back. But what I need you to do is don't shrug and rotate. Keep your shoulder blades down and rotate. So as opposed to, oh, my arms are up high, I'm keeping my shoulder blade down and rotating the shoulders back. Okay? So that's going to be the second thing we're going to do to try to rebuild that shoulder. Alright? The third thing is we're going to just do something that's called a Javorek complex. Alright? And it's really simple. You can just use plates, you can use really light dumbbells, doesn't matter. Your first one is going to be straight out ahead of you, and you're going to come back down. Maybe do 5 reps with that. Then you want to go straight up to the sides. Okay, again, keeping your grip neutral so your thumbs are actually pointed forward. So thumbs pointed forward, up for 5 reps, to the side for 5 reps. Then I want you to turn your hands so your thumbs are actually pointed inwards. And you're going to raise 5 times front raise, 5 times sideways. Always keep your shoulder blades down. Don't shrug up and do this. Keep your shoulder blades down and lift. And then your last movement, if you can stand it, okay, is you're going to walk up like this. Keep the shoulder blades down and rotate forward and then rotate back. Like I said, use really light plates and work your way up. These are unbelievably light, so I mean I could probably do 20, 30 reps. I obviously don't want you going that light, but choose something that is comfortable to get through the entire complex. 5 forward, 5 side, then turn the hands, 5 forward, 5 side, and then with the rotation, you should be able to get through all those reps easily. It shouldn't be a strain for you. If it's a strain, then you need to use less weight. And then of course your last thing is I want you to try to work on your shoulder mobility a little bit. So just racking the bar, take your elbows and see how high you can drive your elbow up to create a good rack position here. Okay? Now this will obviously help you with front squats, cleaning, etc. But you should have this really nice forward rack position. If you don't, if your arm won't let you get any further than this, one of the things you can actually do is you can load up a heavy bar like a back squat and drive those shoulders way up and kind of actually even stand up through it. If you see what I'm doing here, behind me, I'm going to turn around for you, the bar is actually not resting on my shoulder. I'm letting it slide across my back. So I'm really stretching those shoulders. It's going to open a lot of things up. So this movement here is actually just a stretch. Okay, this is not an exercise, this is not for weight, this is not for movement. You should just make sure the bar is heavy enough that your hands don't just like lift the bar up when you're stretching, but you want to try to stretch that shoulder. And that's basically what I would have you do to begin rehabbing that shoulder. What I imagine is probably happening is you stand like this, your hands should be neutral. And if you have any of this impingement, I don't really know what's going on with your shoulder necessarily because it's not like we have MRIs and x-rays and stuff like that to look inside of it. But just from what you're describing as far as pain, I'm assuming that your shoulder must have some tilt to it. maybe not so extreme that your thumbs are pointing, but you probably have some forward rotation, maybe a little bit of hyperkyphosis, that would be your thoracic spine here, over curvature, maybe some forward position here. We want to pull you back, get those shoulder blades down without kicking the rib cage up either, because if we kick the rib cage up, we're just going to have new problems. The rib cage needs to stay in alignment, everything needs to be aligned, and we want the shoulders to come back to where they belong, so that they should sit over here. Now, me personally, I have some forward head carriage, whiplash injury, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't still be making an effort to get your body into alignment, as close to alignment as you possibly can. So I hope that answers your questions. I hope that that was really clear. I hope this gives you some direction, and I hope this fixes your problem for you.